Catholic perspective, liberal, doesn't that put you personally in a very difficult position? Because your own position, for example, on homosexuality is, it seems, quite clear. I've looked at your record, and over many years you have been a consistent conservative on these issues.
So those are the expressions again: conservative, progressive. You know, it's my thing has been this. If you and I refer to an interesting episode, a situation I got into. Responding to an invitation to go speak in Slovenia at one point, and then the bishops were wondering whether to allow it because there was a lot of media agitation. It's simply, my position has simply been this, that LGBT gay people may not be criminalized because they've committed no crime, but neither should this position also become something to be imposed on cultures which are not yet ready to accept stuff like that.
Well, this is where it gets interesting, because you're Ghanaian. Let's just get to the root of this straight away. Sure. You are Ghanaian. This summer, the Ghanaian Parliament passed it's called the Appropriate Sexual Rights and Family Values Act, which set up a tougher regime for gay people. It clearly criminalizes homosexuality in Ghana, up to 10 years in prison for LGBTQ advocates, up to 5 years in prison for identifying as gay or engaging in gay sex, even criminalization of public shows of affection between same-sex people. Now, the Ghanaian Catholic Bishops' Conference said that Western countries must stop incessant attempts to impose unacceptable foreign cultural values on us. Are you backing that statement and therefore defending the criminalization of homosexuality?
No, what I just said is just, you know, so my position is, in that sense, contrary to what is just being passed. My thing is that, you know, to criminalize anybody, you need to be able to identify the crime. Okay, so my position has always been LGBT cases are not to be criminalized, but neither, and this I think is basically what, you know, caused all of this in Ghana. Because traditionally, the Ghanaian culture has known of people with, you know, some such tendencies. And I say this because there is an expression in the local Akan language, that of mine, of men who act like women and women who act like men. There is an expression for it. It means that this phenomenon is been known, was known in the culture, in the community and all of that. But nobody went on to make any policy out of that. Now, I think what caused all of these was you know, attempts to link some foreign donations and grants to certain positions which needed to be imposed in the name of freedom, in the name of respect for rights and stuff like that. I think that's what led to this thing going to Parliament and the position being tried. But otherwise, for me...
But the point, I guess, is that there seems to be a real difficulty among senior Catholics in Africa to speak out against this criminalization of homosexuality. And we can look at Ghana, we can also look at Uganda, where they've gone even further and where the new laws in Ghana actually carry the death penalty for what they call, quote, aggravated homosexuality. And what we also see is that in Uganda, the official leadership of the Catholic Church has stayed silent, has not condemned what the Ugandan Parliament has approved of.
Because I think what the move should be will be a lot of education about certainly, you know, cultural attitudes in some of these regards are very, you know, deeply rooted and all of that. And we need a lot of education to get people to separate, make a distinction between what is crime and what is not crime. What's a personal habit and not a personal habit. So something that, I mean, that traditionally may be referred to as a taboo and all of that.
Well,
it takes time.
It takes time. According to the Ghanaian Catholic Bishops' Conference, it is despicable lifestyles, practices, and behaviours. Is it time? And you are one of the senior voices of Catholicism in Africa. Is it time to move away from that kind of language?
It is time. What I'm saying, it's time to begin education to help people understand what this phenomenon is. if culturally we had expressions and terms for this type of, it just means that it's not completely alien to the Ghanaian society. Not being completely alien to the Ghanaian society, now that is coming out this form, what has to be the response? I think this drastic form that is taken in Ghana and probably still in Uganda is been the perception that the West was imposing this, connectedly, linking it with some donations and grants and all of that. It's kind of politicized that in such a way that the reaction to it has also been equally political in character. But I think we could, all of this, from my point of view, and this is what I think, I